Here we go. Part one, hot outreach. Let's dive right into it. Do you want to know the fastest way to land a paid client in 2024? Well, here it is. Drum roll, please. Are you ready to start making some money to finally land that juicy paid client for the first time? Then here's what you're going to do. Get off of Twitter, close your laptop, and turn off your phone. Why? Because you don't need the internet with this method. Where are you going to go? To your current network. You're going to go to your friends, your family, and your coworkers and try to land them. Is this not the answer you were looking for? Too bad. It's the answer you need to hear. The fastest way you will ever land a copywriting or ghostwriting client isn't on MoneyX or anywhere on the internet. The fastest path to landing a paid client isn't approaching strangers online. It's approaching your friends and family. Why does it work so good? Because your lack of experience as a new writer is overshadowed by the trust you built with your friends and family. The trust and relationships you built matter more than your skill. Hot outreach pizza. If you love pizza like me and one of your friends opens up a pizza shop, where are you going to go buy your next pizza from? Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, your local hip pizza shop that's way better than those guys? No. You're going to go to your friend's pizza shop. Now, why would you do that? Number one, you know the owner. And number two, you want to help support him because he's your friend. You trust the guy more. The same principles apply to pitching writing jobs. People who know you already trust you, hopefully. To land clients, you need to prove you're competent and that you're trustworthy. So your trustworthiness will make up for your lack of experience, enabling you to land a client faster than anyone you know. Hot outreach in Australia. Hot outreach is how I landed a few clients in my first year as a copywriter way back in 2019. First, in Australia. There's me with my cute wife, Jenny, where we went snorkeling this day and diving. It was really cool. So in June 2019, I was traveling through Australia with my wife. We had just quit our jobs and left Canada to go on an adventure now that we were working online. It was awesome. We did a camper van trip up the east coast of Australia, met up with some of my wife's old friends in Townsville in northeastern Queensland. They were running two businesses, a photography business and a digital product business at the time, and they asked me what I did. So I told them I do copywriting, and they asked if I could help them get more business. So I helped them out. They hired me and I got paid a few $100s for some website copy and an Etsy product page. Hot outreach. And in fact, I wasn't even outreaching to them. They asked me, but they trusted me because I knew them, because we built this relationship very, very quickly. We went from relationship to, hey, business, what about this? So leverage that. Hot outreach in Thailand. So a few months later in 2019 as well, I landed my biggest client in that first year as a copywriter. After Australia, my wife and I traveled to Chiang Mai, Thailand for about a year while I built up my writing business. And I met a guy there who ran an e-commerce business and we became friends. This is not him. This is a random elephant when we went and saw the elephants in Chiang Mai. They are huge, but it doesn't look that big, but it's actually so scary. So my friend in Chiang Mai, he found out I was an email copywriter. So he asked if I could audit his email strategy and give him some tips. So I helped him out, not even expecting him to hire me. I wasn't even trying to land him as a client. Well, turns out my friend liked the audit and wanted me to do some emails for him. Next thing you know, I landed him for $7,000. And this was just for a one-off project, a welcome email series. There was 12 emails in that. I wrote 12 emails for $7,000 in my first year. And I had only been learning email for, at least maybe a month. I was writing blogs for about 6 months, but I was new to email, and this was possible. And the results from those emails started coming in, and he liked them. He ended up hiring me on retainer. So I had him as a client on retainer for about 3 years after that, and he's still one of my biggest clients I've ever had to this date. We worked together for years. It was awesome, and it's like hot outreach. One of my best clients I've ever landed was not online. It was offline. I made this guy, he was my friend. So make good friends. And sometimes they'll it allowed to be in a business blessing. Hot outreach in the UK. I'm not the only one landing clients with hot outreach. This is how one of my mentorship students landed his first client on day 31 of our mentorship. So this was in March. And in addition to my warm outreach approach, which is the main strategy I teach, by the way, warm outreach, which we're going to cover in the next lesson in the course, I asked this student to reach out to his current network because it's the fastest way to land a client. And it turns out he knew someone with a construction company, and the guy needed better website copy. So even though my mentorship student is an email copywriter in a completely different niche, I told him to reach out. The prospect was outside his niche and outside his specialty, but the prospect was inside his network. So what happened? He landed the client for about $375 US. Since then, he got a second offer from the guy because he was really happy with it, and he got asked to do even more copywriting, this time for Google Ads. Hot outreach worldwide. So hot outreach is making waves worldwide. I put out a teaser of this exact chapter on hot outreach to my email list the other day. So just a few days ago, and my friend Devin landed a client in under 24 hours after reading this exact chapter in text format in an email. Here's her tweet. Story copy puts out banger emails, but one of his recent ones challenged me to analyze who's in my personal network and who I could serve. Long story short, I landed some work in less than 24 hours. Real life connections are better than online leads every time. That was on April 30th, 2024. She tweeted that. So earlier on, I also put out a video on X talking about how you can land a client in 48 hours with hot outreach. So this other writer listened to my advice, somebody who just saw my tweet, the video I put out, and voila, he got his first paid ghostwriting client. He messaged me, this is in late March, he said, "Good day, man. I landed my first X ghostwriting client real time." He sent me the video that he watched of mine. He said, "Thanks for this video. You're a legend." So don't overlook the power of your current network. I know you want to make money online, but you will land a client faster offline. If you're serious about quitting your job and reaching 5 to 10K per month as a copywriter or ghostwriter, you'll do whatever it takes to land clients, especially early on when landing that first client is the biggest mountain you'll climb on your journey to full time, to quitting your job, to living the life, to working from home, to traveling wherever. Like, that first client is the hardest to get. So make it easier on yourself. Do the easy. This is the easy path. This is the easy path and the quick path. And guess what? Sometimes it's the most lucrative path, or one of those. Like it was with that one of my first email clients I landed for that $7,000 project. 7,000. I was new to email, and he knew that. So just keep this in mind. Hot outreach is the fastest path to getting paid work, results, samples, testimonials, case studies, work experience. Don't be shy. Go be helpful to the people who already know you and already trust you. It could turn into 5K a month before you know it. Take action. Pitch your friends, family, and coworkers. Okay, it's time to go walk on over to your friends' families' homes to let them know that you can write for them. Once you've done that, you can get your phone. Go to your contact list in your phone. Ask yourself, does this person own a business? Or are they growing a social following? If they do either, write their name down to reach out to them. Then reach out. You're probably wondering, how do I reach out? What should I say? Here's my advice. Go audit their website and their copy for free before you even talk to them. Once you see someone in your contact list who's, I'm sure you got a couple hundred people in there at least. Once you see someone and you're like, oh, this person has a business, go check out their website. Go check out their emails, ads, landing pages, blogs, social media posts, whatever you can find, and go look at how you would improve it. Take notes. Oh, their headline on their website copy sucks in their hero section. There's no clear promise. They don't have an email sign up form above the fold. If they do have an email sign up form, they're just saying sign up to my newsletter rather than giving a lead magnet. Their social media posts are boring or dull. Their emails are hard to read in way big chunks of text. their offer isn't clear. So like just look at anything you can, ideally in your specialty and niche, but look at anything where you can add value. And then write down these tips as how they can improve it. Put it in a Google Doc. Hey, I looked at your website. Here's like 5 to 10 tips that like I know can work. And how will you know these tips will work? Because you've been studying copywriting and you've been studying marketing in addition to writing every day, right? If you want to be a paid writer, if you want to make a full-time income as a digital writer, writing online, working from wherever you want in the world, you can't just study writing and be a writer. You have to study marketing. So go read the marketing and copywriting books. Go practice your craft, because when you practice even just like a little bit more than these business owners, you can be better. You can be better than them and know more than them without having to do like thousands of hours of studying and practice. Like, just do this every day for 30 days. Write for an hour or two. Study copywriting books and marketing books, and watch YouTube videos. Follow people like me and read my stuff. And like, you're gonna learn so much about digital marketing. And the more you know, the more you can easily give these tips. So I went off a little bit of tangent there, but this is really important, because this is how you actually land clients, is you become a business growth partner, not just a writer. So go to their website, your friends and family we're talking about, go to their website, all their stuff, and go give them tips. If you want to take this to the next level and really wow them and really, gain experience as a writer as well, go take those tips and write them a free sample. Write them some tweets, write them an Instagram post, write them an email, write them a landing page, write them some new website copy, like write them a blog post. Whatever your specialty, your writing specialty is, go do that for them, implementing the tips you just gave them. If you really want to take it to the next level, then give it to them. When you reach over the first time, be like, hey friend, so-and-so, hey, I noticed you have this business. I actually just started doing, let them know you're new. It doesn't even matter. They already know you and trust you. Hey, I actually just started doing copywriting, or I just started doing writing. I help businesses grow their business online. I help them gain more revenue, improve more, get more traffic, a bigger audience. This is what I'm doing. I actually looked at your website ahead of time. Here's a whole bunch of tips to improve. Oh, by the way, I also wrote you a free email. I also wrote you a free landing page. I also wrote you a couple of tweets you can set up with. Go give it to them. Just give it to them. And then wait to see how they respond. And if it's positive, which it hopefully should be, ask them if they could use some help with their copy. Ask them if they can use some help with their writing. Go be helpful. Be a giver. Give first. Then, depending on how that goes, that could be a paid job. If not, ask for a testimonial from them. And referrals. Boom, this is huge. I have a friend who's a web designer, graphic designer, and she actually, she started with just local people. She started with hot outreach. She's not a writer, but all this applies to any service, any digital skill. She's a graphic designer. She got hired by her husband's uncle to do some graphic design, and that ended up being like recurring work for over a year or two. It might even still be going on. And from then, that guy gave her multiple referrals. So she landed somebody in hot outreach, got them long term, and that guy referred her to a bunch of other people that got her even more work. This is how fast this can spread. It's just, you just got to be willing to put in the work and think outside the box. Think outside Twitter and online stuff. I'll go into more details of this whole, giving free tips and auditing and writing a free sample more into detail in part 2. So the next lesson here. It's a simple yet effective strategy. Don't overcomplicate things. Go be helpful. Reach out to people you know and help them with your writing. Do the action above, then we're going to move on to part 2, warm outreach.